This is like watching my kid's video. Anyway, today on Common Man Cocktails, we're going to be making the Eastern Sour, says the Curd.
The Curd!
This is Recipe Book Week. The Curd took a recipe book. Oh, by the way, it's Doug and Curd, if you couldn't understand over the loudness. We're going to do, let's see, what do we got here? 2.5 ounces of orange. I haven't even looked at these recipes before. I had to pull enough to get them. Kooky? Kooky?
Huh?
No, we're not going to go with that one.
Let's not talk about our pet names.
This could get really weird.
Yes, I called Jennifer Honey Lemon. I don't know. For some reason, I thought of honey, and the next ingredient was lemon.
So
it is.
Yeah.
2.5 ounces of OJ, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon. Oh, Jennifer, can you give me a knife?
God, she has to do that.
So demanding.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have to. I can just leave the set, and she can have to make the edit.
Upstairs?
Yeah, I would go upstairs for the knife.
I didn't know if you had one of the green ones down here.
I do not. 1/4 of an ounce of Orgeat, or Orgeat, or almond syrup, however you wish to say it, but I believe Orgeat is how they're supposed to say it, but I don't understand why.
I just call it almond syrup.
If you go with almond syrup, you'll win every time.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, and then 2 ounces of bourbon. This is gonna be sweet, except this is cask strength 4 Roses. Me and Ian did a drink with this and almost fell over.
Have you had this before?
56.2%.
This stuff's awesome.
That's pretty strong. This is Drink Up New York edition.
I'll give you a really good story about
like
Four Roses after he gets done
like
yammering.
$53 for this bottle.
Damn.
Pretty not cheap.
You done yammering?
No, I'm talking. Well, when I start yammering, I will let you know. 'Cause I don't know how to yammer.
You're such a yammerer.
Well, then yammer on, young warrior.
Oh, you want me to go now?
Go ahead.
Okay, you go.
No. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it in this. In this, I'm going to take this off because we're not using oranges. This is the juicer.
So why did you give me this if we're not using it?
I didn't give it to you. I keep putting it over there and it keeps migrating its way back.
Okay.
I put it over there 3 times and it keeps coming back this way. I don't understand.
It's a conveyor.
Yeah, it's like a conveyor belt. Go ahead.
Okay, I can go now? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, Four Roses happens to be probably one of the oldest bourbon manufacturers in this country.
Okay.
It was one of the original ones that settled out in Kentucky.
And survived through Prohibition?
Well, it almost didn't survive. Okay, so here's the fun story with Four Roses.
Is it really going to be fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's not fun unless you're like, oh my god, I really like alcohol. During the 1920s, after Prohibition, the owners of Four Roses thought that it would make it really a good idea to turn it into a blended bourbon instead of a single barrel. No,
That's a single barrel.
Okay, so the product started to deteriorate and it became a bottom shelf bourbon.
Oh, that's not good.
And it got to a point where people would refer to Four Roses as garbage, and the company just went into total disrepair. So, flash forward to the Japanese are starting to buy American whiskey products and buy more whiskey products, and they had come to the conclusion that they wanted to have a supplier selling them tons and tons of bourbon to make up for the demand that they had in Japan. So Suntory, the company that's like the big liquor company over
I heard of Suntory.
in Japan, ended up coming over and trying to work out a deal with Jim Beam on an exclusive distribution to Japan, and Jim Beam said no. So
Jim Beam, you screwed up!
They got angry and ended up going over to Four Roses and saw that this distillery was in total disrepair and they could buy it for like nothing.
Oh, 3/4.
So they ended up buying Four Roses. Now, the thing was that when they totally churned Four Roses around and turned it into a premium bourbon, it was never supposed to be sold in America. All the juice made at Four Roses was only supposed to be sold back in Japan for Suntory. So the master distiller at Four Roses, this guy by the name of Jim Rutledge, who's really, really awesome, he kind of finagled them into doing a single barrel release for the American market, and it kind of like it took off, and then they were like, oh well, maybe we can sell a couple barrels here and maybe sell a couple bottles, and then before you know it, they were selling as much here now as they sell over there. But they still have a lot of premium products that you can't buy in America because they're all shipped out to Japan.
What are they called?
For Suntory times?
For Suntory times.
Suntory?
Stay classy, Suntory.
Bastards. Stealing all of our good stuff.
But I'm just really happy because at one point, it's funny because you can find
Ice me up!
You can find old guys and you tell them Four Roses and they're like, oh my god, that stuff is gross. It's rot gut.
With that!
With my... Oh, not with my rocks.
No. Old people should be paying attention to the industry. Four Roses is not crap.
It's really, really good.
When you spend $50, you aren't getting bottom of the shelf.
Rutledge is one of the most innovative people when it comes to bourbon in the sense that he has always been a yeast man. His whole thing is on the production and the cultivation of yeast. That's what he was doing for the company the whole time.
Vagina yeast.
I'm stopping. I just can't keep it going.
So he likes...
Did you mention what this drink is called?
What? This is called the Eastern Sour. Yeah.
Poor Curtis was doing so well until, like, vagina came
Yeah, like vagina. And then I just had to stop. For the Eastern Sour, this is a 1950s tiki recipe.
For an Eastern vagina.
And it is a Trader Vic's recipe, which, if you go back and watch my other videos, this explains that this is actually a Trader Joe's recipe because Trader Vic became Trader Joe's.
Right.
He just changed his name. Dude,
Like
I
the
didn't
store?
put ice in
Yep.
there.
Whoa.
She was here.
I knew that.
Both Trader Vic
I know, I
and
knew
Trader
that.
Joe were into vagina.
So we could chill
used to
this,
double check.
or maybe use crushed ice. We will do neither because that's how planning works. Looks like orange juice.
Kinda, yeah.
This could go in a tiki glass better.
No, it showed a glass just like this.
What's it called?
Eastern Sour.
That was our question yesterday. Is if you
What's it called?
if you took this glass,
Because of the
what would you
whole
call it?
Eastern thing.
Here's the
They
contest.
just told us all.
You weren't here for that.
They weren't listening. They were talking about vaginas.
No, I understood the whole Eastern thing. So
Did you
this-
hear the part about vaginas?
I heard part about Japan.
Yeah, I heard that part.
Sorry.
I heard the vagina part too.
Okay.
I kinda like that.
So
Yeah.
the contest I wanted
sour.
I wanted to propose was I want somebody. This is going to be an awesome drinks class. Right now, it's not.
Ooh, that almond liqueur is nice in
I
that.
want somebody, one of our fans, to give it a name. What would you call this glass? It will be what I call it on awesomedrinks.com. You'll notice like the large highballs.
The
I call
goatee.
The goatee.
I called it the big ass highball glass. I need a name. I want something nice and unique, but not derogatory. It smells like orange juice with a
What
kick.
do you win if you name it?
I'll send you 2 glasses of them. I can't engrave them because they're round. And I've tried. So, if you win, I'll take 2 of these, put them in a box, and I'll ship them to you. I don't care where you are as long as you're above sea level. Well, no. You can be under sea level, just don't be under the water. Because shipping cracks up in the
Aquaman's like, fuck you too.
Yeah. Well, dude, cardboard gets all wet and it breaks down.
USPS is like, we don't have like submersibles that go that deep.
Except for USPS, sometimes you think they do because they show up with boxes that are submersed in like liquid because they put them under the roof as the water's dripping and they don't think that's a problem and they don't even put plastic around them. They just go, ahead, there you go, here's your stuff. It's all wet now.
Or they leave them out in the rain.
And they leave them in the rain is kind of what I'm saying.
So, are you going to tell us about this drink or what?
I am gonna.
Okay.
I'm still waiting because I should be dead by now. It should have a lot of alcohol to it.
Mm-hmm.
On alcohol rating, I give it a 4. No.
I was gonna give it a 6.
Actually, hold on. It's starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
It's the beginning because you get that nice sweet flavor in your mouth of all the like the almond and the orange juice.
It's a
then you
little
get
hot.
you get the
It's
lime,
hot.
right, or lemon at the end, and then after that, that's when that heat starts to draw out like that bourbon oak and it dries out the back of your tongue and it just sits there like a little thing that sits.
You mean like
Gargoyle.
a midget on a small chair?
Or a gargoyle.
It's a gargoyle.
Is that the PC term?
No.
Oh.
I think they're little.
Sorry,
people.
midgets.
I'm fairly certain that went out in the 80s with communism.
Dude, I got so much shit for that. I came in. Well, no, I was doing this Rocky Balboa like cocktail party, and I went out and bought a bunch of the old Russian USSR shirts, and like the shirts showed up after the party, so I was like, "Fuck, what am I ever gonna do with this?" And then Derek's like, "Come up and do the show," and I was like, "Oh, I'll wear that. That's a great idea." So I show up and I do the show, and I'm like, not even thinking about it, and these people like lost their shit. They were like, "Call me! You fucking call me!" And
I
they're like,
can't believe you're wearing that. What are you gonna wear next? A swastika? Like I'm just going
Yeah.
out. I'm like, what? I want to make what? I'm like, I don't see how the Holocaust is related to. Like, isn't this more of a symbol for communism? You know how many? They killed more people than the Holocaust combined. Maybe over 500, 700 years. I don't know. But to me, it just seems like he's wearing a shirt that's good.
I blame Rocky Balboa for this. This is his fault.
I blame Rocky IV.
Rocky IV caused my problem.
Rocky IV and Dolph Lundgren.
He was amazing in that.
Look, dead to me.
I honestly think that if they would have done the movie the right way, Dolph Lundgren should have just won.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because a machine like Dolph Lundgren in his prime would have killed Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
There was no realism in the 80s.
Oh
my God.
It's just a
I have to show you something after we get off. There is
It's about the Cold War, not the fighters.
There's a video
Anything else
for
you
a
can
movie
feed
that's
me?
coming out soon. You're gonna love it. It's amazing. So.
Capitalism.
Real quick.
Right.
So we just did the Eastern Sour.
Right.
You're beautiful, don't change, and
To who? Me?
New Zealand.
yeah,
New Zealand? Rock
Not-
them out. Rock out with the cock out. Yeah!
not doing it.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Question of the day.
Question of the day.
What is your drink of choice for New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve
Other
drink.
than champagne.
Screw champagne. Let's drink something that doesn't have champagne.
No.
Be rebels.
And
love
what's your
water.
plans on New
I
Year's
want
Eve?
Sage your main cocktail with Prosecco.
Saint Germain cocktail with Prosecco.
Water is so wonderful.
I would take a nice glass of water.
I would like a water.
And what are your New Year's plans?
Club soda.
Oh my God, club soda is so
with
good on New
lime.
Year's. Oh, you know what's even better is when you're in the club and you have a club
When
soda
is
bottle
New
and you have the
Year's?
sparkler that comes off the
Wednesday.
bottle.
Oh yeah.
And you're that douche that's like, see my club soda?
This is a Wednesday cocktail.
That's New Year's Eve.
This is New Year's
No, wait.
Eve.
Wednesday is New Year's. Tuesday is New Year's Eve.
This is New Year's.
Oh, this is New Year's.
That never
It's
happens.
the whole
was
New Year's Eve shit.
Yes.
I think I just invented a new douchebag move in the club.
I don't know what just happened. I'll watch that later. What are your plans for New Year's? And if you're one of those people who believes in New Year's resolutions that you're gonna break, what is yours? What New Year's resolution are you breaking this year?
I'm not gonna masturbate.
For a whole year.
Broken. He was just doing it. Secondly, he's refused to get an erection, and
What?
all things he can't do this year.
Okay, calm down. Finish the show.
That was all I had. Well, it was New Year's, so we missed New Year's Eve. It was yesterday. Happy New Year's Eve, post New Year's Eve.
Sorry we missed it.
Yeah, I don't know. We recorded
Nope,
so far in advance.
2014.
Right. There was something I was gonna ask too. Oh, and if you just as a side note, hey, you're not wearing a funny shirt today. As a side note, if
got this for
anybody
Christmas.
on the show,
Looks good.
Yeah, I thought I would wear something nice.
if anybody on the show is wearing a funny shirt, it's meant to be funny and not insulting to somebody's heritage or belief or religion, unless we specifically have something that's like Jesus is not real or something like that. Like
Economic system.
or economic system. We don't know anything about economic systems. If we're in a Russian USSR shirt, it's supposed to be funny. You should be Googling to figure out why that's funny, not why it's communistic. Is that a word?
Yeah, communistic.
Not a belief or a heritage.
To be
Yeah.
communist! Woo!
It's an economics.
We just invented it. Communistic.
Next thing we're doing is we're going to invent our own economic system. Unit of trade is going to be vodka. All right, everydaydrinkers.com. Remember, name your
Now
glass.
you're communist again.
Oh, you're right. Russian.
I know.
American gin only. Because it's pre.
Whiskey.
Because there are no good
be from Poland.
American gins.
Right. Name this. If I pick your name as the winner, then I will send you 2 of those. We will be selling them in sets of 4. But.
Khrushchev.
Right. And
Call it the Leningrad.
Awesome drinks for the glasses. Complimentary cocktails for the show. We're teaching you how to drink.